Hello, free spirit journeyers. We are moving on to card number 5 this week. So, as a brief introduction, this is the Hierophant. I'm going to have you take a look at that image. You can get a sense of this right away, can't you? What this must be about. This is the version in Doreen Virtue's called the Unity card, in her deck called the Angel Tarot. On Doreen Virtue's card it says traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So the Hierophant is about the conventional, the orthodox. He represents definitely the major religions, institutions of thought, higher education as well. Doing what's expected, following set beliefs, honoring traditions, and sort of pomp and circumstance, the ceremony of things. Groupthink is another term. The Hierophant is the high priest. We met the high priestess early on in our journey, and the Hierophant is the high priest, so definitely a religious type of figure. You'll notice in the card that there is a recurring theme of threes, which makes sense. Certainly, like in Christianity, we have the Holy Trinity. You can see there's 3 levels to his crown. There's 3 crosses on his scepter. There's 3 crosses down the front of him. 3 is certainly very important, and it sort of represents many things. It could be the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It could be mother, father, child, in terms of energies, masculine, feminine, and the inner child. You can look at that in any Holy Trinity type of aspect that you wish, but that it's a firm foundation. We need 3, like when you think of a stool. You really need 3 to make a very solid type of stool, solid footing. You need to get to 3. So that it's always been foundational, and it certainly is in this card. There's also some crossed keys at the bottom where those new initiates are kneeling in front of him. That represents, when I did my research on this, the balance of conscious and unconscious to unlock the great mysteries, which the great religions are always were thought in the day to have the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. And that's really all shifting, where that knowledge is beginning to get out into the masses, and that's not something that lives only within religious structures. So the initiates before him, they're entering into institutions, this institution in this case, to share a group identity. So when you're journaling this week, think about, first of all, how do you feel about institutions such as this in your life? Do they play a part? Do they play a valuable role? And for some of you, that might be a resounding yes, and for some, no. Are there certain groups that perhaps you already are part of that provide that groupthink? Like in the Doreen Virtue card, it says, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Especially that like-minded friends. What options do you have, or do you take advantage of in your life, where that really helps you to feel fulfilled in your life? Might there be organizations or groupings of some sort that might help you in that regard? I don't view the Hierophant as a negative card at all. I think there's benefit in joining together with people who have like-minded thoughts. I also think that you can gain a lot by attending some of those groups and discovering Yeah, that feels like a fit. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a fit. You know instantly. Um, uh, and maybe journal on that as well. Like, how in the past has that really helped to allow you to more acutely discern? Like, it's like narrowing in on what works uniquely for you, what felt like a fit and what really didn't feel like a fit. Okay. um, and then also, you might look at the role of religion in your life. What does religion mean to you? Because that is a big part of this card. It is like the highest minded thinking when it comes to religion and spirituality. So the Hierophant really asks us to take a look at that. As the free spirit, we're kind of perhaps on our knees in front of this figure, discovering what it feels like to be in that position. Or perhaps you are a person who leads a group that many look to you as the leader of the group think, so to speak. And that can be equally valuable. And just what role does that play in your life? Notice what you receive from that, or what is detracted away from you by being a part of that. Just notice. This journey is all about awareness, and each figure that we meet along this journey as the free spirit is going to ask us to question and look at what could we bring in, or what could we usher out in order to grow ourselves into the true essence of the free spirit that we are, in making choices in every moment to our highest soul evolution. So there we go. There's the Hierophant. I'll see you next week.